but her break is a little longer.
Yeah, no. We're not tipping enough like this.
I'm honored to share the couch with you, sir.
Oh, I didn't even do this. Right. I forgot about
Colin
that.
waking up with the jacks here, +2. Again, one of those stacks. Anyone in that sort of 30 million, 35 million zone is in a spot of trouble overall. From an ICPM perspective, people like Kevin lurking behind can drop the hammer and really put pressure on. Maybe not with a hand like 8-5, but he's even giving it some thought. Probably recognizing that Colin is one of the tighter players at the table. Now that sort of works in two ways. One, it may not be a light open for that reason, but two, maybe there's
11.1.
a tight fold. And here we go, Kevin really trying to press that advantage.
It does feel as though he picked the wrong guy.
Oh, would you look at what's lurking behind Zach?
This is actually pretty sick.
This is really dirty because you are very worried about Kevin being the one who can knock you out here in 8th place, which would be a catastrophe.
This 3-bet is going to be extremely win-win for Colin, because if Zach finds the cold 4, Colin may get away from it, and he would have just lost his stack if Kevin hadn't made this 3-bet. And if Zach finds some massive hero fold here, then Colin will probably shove against Kevin.
Yeah.
And win a bunch of chips. So regardless.
Oh, this is so gross for Zach, actually. Like, we see he's obviously got an amazing hand for this situation right now, but he won't be feeling like it is.
If I'm Zach, and I'm cruising so far at this final table, I am certainly considering the fact that Colin seems very tight.
Yeah.
From what we've seen, I believe, across the last couple of days. And Kevin's 3-betting in spite of that to a huge size.
Yeah, I thought if we were going to see a 4-bet here, it was going to be like 23.
Yeah, or even 18 or something along those lines.
Good fold from Kevin. Oh, sorry, from Colin, I should say. And we're going to get a fairly easy fold from Kevin.
What do you think?
Both.
Truly unfortunate timing by Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh, Zachary.
I will.
But he saved Colin in the process,
Yeah. He did.
So far.
who I think was
I'm
doomed
gonna have to
there
see that one for sure.
versus a Zach 3-bet.
I'd have to think so. Zach's coming off to me as a very intelligent poker player. Seems to have a good understanding of dynamics and situations. So that said, you would imagine that he's going to be quite careful in 3-betting one of the tighter players at the table. So if you notice that, now, of course, when you're one of the tighter players at the table, you often aren't aware of it, right? Because you think you're just playing some standard poker and you're playing a little on the tight side.
If you fold it, it's a great fold.
But if you could figure all that out, maybe you think your jacks are in a bit of trouble.
Probably not. Not that one. Could've been in the streets.
Or maybe I'm
Sorry, how
just
much the hand?
way on a branch here. None of that's...
For the hand, how much?
No, I think you're absolutely right.
I don't even know. I literally don't even know.
I know you
Maybe like 70.
Oh, Ralph has a spot here. Look, only 4 bigs. Not even
Yeah,
4
you're
bigs.
in every hand.
3.5 big blinds. In they will go. Queen 10 suited, more than qualifying here in the cutoff. He has the
Ralph
least...
just saw the 10 and he's ready to go. You know?
Exactly. He has the least ICM concerns here. He is the person most likely to be at risk first, so needs to take a spot when it is presented. This one would be a little murkier in the hands of Steiner, who's looking to outlast Ralph. From Ralph's perspective, absolutely standard to get this one in.
Sort of interesting that he's burning a couple time banks here, because not only is this seemingly a pretty clear jam, but also it's very clearly giving away the strength of your shove, like it's on the weaker end, which you really don't want to do when you have a hand on the weaker end.
Yeah.
And in an unnecessary way, too. I think that it's a pretty clear shove from the cutoff in such a short stack.
Yeah, and you don't want to feign weakness.
Yeah.
Situation. Anyway, what I would ask you here, because there's some sort of technical issue here as well, is do you hold back a blind You don't have many to hold back here
Good
in
luck.
this spot.
Good luck.
But you
Good
hold
game,
back
guys.
just in case it kicks off after and you get some ladders. I think you maybe do that.
I think you can. I generally like,
Congrats, guys.
if you're going to do that, I generally like putting half of my stack in or something like
Yeah.
that so you can save more. But you can't do
You
that.
You
in
can't
this
do
case
that with 5 bigs.
because it's a min raise, and now you actually get peels from the big blind, which you really hate seeing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, this
I'm gonna need one after
this is the king jack offsuit that might flick it in here. This is
Yeah, it's pretty
getting quite
nice. You can
short.
call
Yeah.
this one, and if there's action behind, you might even end up in a sort of implied collusion spot with the big blind, who's happy to call and maybe knock somebody out.
Also, you have maybe some information from those time bank chips. There are a lot of ways to feign weakness when you have a strong hand,
Oh, Zachary.
but in my experience,
Good luck,
burning
bro.
time bank chips is often very straightforward. People don't like wasting those.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there.
All right,
Yeah,
Tell me
Zach's
live.
going to be in a great
It's probably a hit.
situation here.
You make it
Yeah,
right
all is
together.
not lost for Ralph here. Getting the double up would get him back to 15 million. It
guys.
would almost be a triple up, given that the blinds
Not
and
yet.
small and big blind have folded.
Good spot for a double. Yeah.
He has 40% right now.
Other way.
That was a wild 3-bet a moment ago from Calenzo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
Just
a hearts.
played fairly
Spicy.
straightforward and then
Make it spicy. And
went
a
after
hearts.
him with the 8-5 offsuit.
Make it spicy.
Did not predict that.
No.
9 of hearts.
9 of hearts. Put it
Yeah,
on.
you'll take that. Can we do that?
No, I don't know what color.
What's coming?
I think it's gonna be 5. I don't know what color.
9 of hearts.
Well, that will shut the door here for Ralph on the turn. King of clubs. Zach picks up a fairly small pot in the context of his tournament, but it was everything to Ralph, who bows out now in 7th place.
Good game, man. Congrats, man. Congrats.
Now we spin.
Ralph
Now we spin.
cashes this tournament for $145,000. Incredible run here, all the way to the final table. Credit to him for that.
The newest online poker site, Club WPT Gold, is available to try now. And coming soon, Club WPT Gold ambassadors will be hosting meetup games. Brad Owen, Rampage, Xuan Lu, and Wolf Game Poker will all be there. Sign up using any one of their codes, and you'll be able to play alongside them as you check out the newest poker site, sweeping the nation. Join us coming soon for Club WPT Gold Meetup Games.
Performances.
5 big.
Oh my goodness. He gets a surfboard or he gets slimed. Which one is it? Oh no, that was Nickelodeon. He gets a surfboard for the MTV
Nice.
awards.
That's our
I think that's what they gave out.
Some fun dynamics here at the final table. 7 left, all vying for $1.162 million up top. Things are going to get very interesting down the home stretch here tonight.
3.3.
Talking about award shows just reminded me that Eminem has a new album out, and I'm going to listen to it on the drive home.
Oh,
Fairly new, last summer. You know, if you were sitting at the poker table and didn't have access to every hand like we do,
indeed,
you might think Zach is playing quite loose and aggressively at this point.
you would. Colin's going to make the defend here. Okay, really interesting. I'm getting a flashback, almost like a PTSD moment to yesterday when he decided to flat the 9-3 or maybe 9-4 of clubs and then gave up when flopping top pair. I'm wondering if Colin's addressed that imbalance in his game between pre-flop stickiness and then post-flop surrender.
That was the top pair? you
Correct.
said? That was the hand I thought maybe was misread on the reader.
Perhaps.
And now I'm starting to feel like it must have been.
Well, fortunately for Colin, he hasn't connected in any way with this one because Zach has got a huge piece here with pocket eights middle set.
There's such a gap between the type of player who would fold top pair to a
Yeah.
continuation bet on the flop and the type of player who would peel 9-3 suited pre-flop.
Yeah.
That
that's-
it's
oh dear me.
it's
Colin.
hard to believe that it exists. Wow,
Colin.
Zach.
No, Colin. Oh no.
I mean, Zach has such a strong hand, he's just going to let Colin hang
Of
himself.
course. But also maybe are you thinking, well, Colin is quite tight. Maybe he wouldn't do this light. Like, this is quite out of character for us.
It's
Now,
tr-
maybe he's been doing this off stream quite a bit, but from what we've seen, this is out of line.
No, it's true, but it's just such a dry board. There's nothing.
Yeah. What are you scared of?
Yeah, and if your opponent has a strong range, he's just going to put it in on the turn, throughout the turn and river anyways. Oh, that's a problematic card for Colin. That's a slow down type of card, at least for him, but
Yeah, does he come with small bet himself here now?
6.9.
6.9, that's
So it's very kind of mergy almost now. Zach, you know, obviously just trying to figure out ways to get all of these chips in. Does he go for it now? Is this board getting a little wet now? It was quite dry
Yeah.
to begin with. That 10 of hearts does wetten things up.
It's funny, this is one of those situations where I feel like theory and reality deviate the furthest in how you want to approach it, because in theory, Colin should have no bet folds with a lot of equity, right? So no flush draws, no open-enders. But in reality, when people have a 9, they just continue to barrel.
Oh my goodness me. Well, Zach in Dreamland right now. Quads has been checked too. Gonna have to do his own dirty work. Was hoping that all those chips were just gonna be sent in
Got there like
by his opponent.
something like that.
I guess at this point you're maybe just
All in.
hoping your opponent has a hand like ace
Full-
jack.
quads.
No way. There we go. Quads. We got another ladder.
Wow, indeed. Colin,
Good hand.
what a misstep here
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
in a high
surprising.
pressure situation.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Steiner's rail erupt. He gets another ladder. Colin had a dead on read that his opponent was at it.
Take those beers. I'll take them to my rail. I'm not drinking all these, I promise.
Yeah, 2 waters. Yeah, please.
Yeah, chat is alive with analysis on that Zach fold. A lot of people really scratching their heads here, wondering if it is indeed just an overly nitty fold, giving far too much credit to Steiner, or if it is that sort of meta level where
Yeah.
he just wants to keep this very good situation going a little bit longer, where he has a pesky short stack that allows him to abuse
Is that
the other
mine?
players.
Thanks for coming, guys.
It's good. Okay.
Thanks for coming, man. You got the shirt. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
By the way,
You guys want beers or?
talk about a dream scenario. If you're ever folding
Who wants the other
a
one?
clear-cut call,
Yeah, you guys
because
want
it allows you to abuse your
You only
chip
bring
lead
2 at a
that
time.
much longer. That's beautiful right there.
Yeah. 2.5xing here is Zach from the cutoff.
What if James just fired in the 3-bet with the Queen Dewey offsuit? I'd really enjoy that one. Oh, Joseph pocket 7. This. Whoa,
wow.
that is a tight fold
So
against the chip leader.
exactly, this 2.5x very much designed so that Steiner can't call and sort of go with equity as comfortably as he would like to off a shallow stack here.
Have to imagine Zach is opening an ungodly wide frequency.
Yeah, but you're
the
sitting
cutoff.
there in 5th place, hoping the guy busts
Yeah.
in 6th. He's sitting there to your immediate left. He's only got 5 bigs.
But you just get the fold so. I mean, we know that Zach has ace queen
Sure.
here, but you get the fold so often.
Oh, you're not wrong.
It's not even that high of a variance play. You just pick up 8 million chips, quite a bit,
Yeah.
which represents a lot of your stack.
Here's an interesting one for Steiner. He obviously wants to get involved with this Jack 10 because he feels like Zach's opening so wide that maybe he's just in really good shape against it. But he's also worried about, well, what if I flat here and whiff and then get blown off the pot and my hand was actually the best hand? That's a bit of a disaster too.
Got a
So
good one.
I think he's
Oh.
actually trying to work out if his hand has enough to just go with it against the range here.
That's interesting.
How good?
See, my brain just immediately goes to, I can't think of a hand that's more fun to peel out of the big blind than something like Jack 10. It's just so easy to play post-flop. But you do have a little bit of fold equity, I imagine. Zach has made it 2.5x, kind of indicating he won't be folding to you.
Yeah.
So that would certainly sway me towards just calling. I think Steiner's considering a fold.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
that's what his facial gesture is telling me, at least.
Telling me? Oh.
when you've sat there for best part of 2 hours and watched other people get eliminated, making you a richer man, it is tempting to keep that going, but he is going to just
you
commit.
were right. He just sticks it in.
Yeah, I think he was just worried he was up against a, maybe even like a 6 high or something that was going to then suddenly find a way to win on a queen high board.
Yeah, fair.
He's got his queen. He opens wide a whole bunch, thinking, hoping maybe it was 60-40. I could be ahead. I seen this dude. I see you raise with 7-8, 5-6.
Good luck, good luck.
This was the problem. Steiner sort of summing up.
I do win flips.
Yeah,
and
this is a flip in Steiner land.
I win 60-40s too.
I'm shocked to find out the guy who won the Arizona State Championship back-to-back years wins flips.
Let's go. Let's go.
That will make life very difficult for Steiner here.
Brutal flop. He doesn't even have the backdoor heart draw.
No, it's going to have to be running jacks, running tens, or some form of straight. The door is closing on this incredible run by Steiner, who bows out now in 6th place for 240K. An incredible run. He cockroached his way through the early going of this final table to get lots of ladders.
I know, right?
And, I think when all is said and done,
what's it like to be, bro?
and he shakes off the initial disappointment now as he exits stage left.
What'd you take?
Let's spin.
It's a good time to choose.
40,000 starting stacks.
Final table.
So much.
2 million big blinds.
So much.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, the price of poker has gone way, way up here as these guys battle it out for a 7-figure score. A personal best for everybody here on the cards. Possibly already you've locked in their personal bests. I think they all might have, actually.
I think you're right.
So we're at 2.
Even Kevin?
Two stacks of 20s, right?
I'd have to look, but
James,
I believe
James, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, no problem.
from what I saw on the sheet. Now, let me have a small caveat here. My memory is far from exceptional.
Is that Tito's?
Well, what is exceptional is this ace-king suited. Kevin very happy to open this one up, and he is going to find a customer.
That's pretty sick.
There is no escape route here. 23 big blinds, button versus big blind. Here we go.
Kevin just, every time he has a monster, somebody just piles it in on him. He doesn't even have to make any decisions, really. It's wild.
Okay. Obviously, we haven't seen the run out yet, but I am already feeling rather sorry for James, who has not had much in the way of card distribution throughout this final table. Finally wakes up with a premium hand, and Kevin, whose button range will be very wide in this situation, actually has him pipped. Oh, and there is a queen!
Wow.
A dagger to the heart of Kevin now, who needs to find a king on turn or river.
That's greedy. The rail asking for a queen? I don't know. He's playing with fire, really.
Spade in my hand?
Kevin calling for the spade to show up in his hand.
Let's go, baby. Let's
Huge
go.
double up for
Let's
James,
go.
who is now
Let's
a
go.
contender
Let's go.
on this
Let's go.
WPT Prime final table.
Spilled beer on my fucking
Israel
head.
have had
Jesus
not much to
Christ.
celebrate, it must be said, over the
Jesus
course of this
Christ.
final table. But
Fucking
that
got
is a
beer
big
all over me
moment. And he's got some beer on him
Thank
to
you.
celebrate.
Oh, champagne. Fuck.
For most Americans, their memory of online poker is stuck in the past. A desert filled with unsafe options or no option at all? Well, not anymore. Club WPT Gold is bringing poker back to America. It's a sweepstakes model website sweeping the nation, and it's available to try out now. Sign up now using code YouTube and enjoy the return of safe online poker to America.
Need to find something.
I'll think up a few. For sure.
Yeah, he was so. Yeah, he had a great personality.
Been a lot of quotables from Mama Sylvia over the years, I will say. She's a great lady. Kevin now sitting on the 4th place stack, I believe.
Yeah. Hovering not much more than 15 big blinds.
Yeah. Still significantly larger than last place in the sense that he's going to be trying to wait his opponent out. Joseph is really short now. Wow.
Thank you.
Good luck,
All
bro.
right, Joseph's
How much
going
is
with it. That's fair.
12.
And Zach is going to give him a spin
King 4
here
versus Queen 9.
with basically a coin flip.
Another spot where you could argue going with it or peeling big blind. I tend to lean into the peeling big blind
Yo,
situation,
good luck, Joe.
but
Thank
against
you, bro.
Zach,
Thank
it's
you.
very forgivable to just shove the chips in and hope that you're ahead.
Yeah, I know I made a strong justification for it in the Steiner spot. I think it's more justifiable in this one, actually, but I think it is justifiable in both.
Yeah, I prefer Queen 9 over Jack 10, I think, since so
Jack
many
of
of the
clubs.
queens will be open.
That'd be fun. That would be
compared
fun.
to the jacks.
A big exhalation there from Joseph, who is funking for a queen or 9 now on the river.
That's a really disappointing turn card. So many backdoor draws just disappeared for him.
Will be that. Joseph bows out in 5th
That's fun,
place.
man.
A
You're a beast,
fantastic
man.
run. Probably
Yep.
not
Yep.
the way he envisioned the final
Watch
table
out.
might play out, but still an excellent result. I think he came in 2nd in chips, has ended up in 5th. Obviously would have had dreams of a bigger score, but 320k is nothing to sneeze at, Jesse.
4 Coronas. 7 Coronas. Can you bring 7? I'll hook you up. And 2 waters. If you can
There
get
are
them all, yeah. I don't,
infinite Coronas back there. They could bring
Doing,
70.
Iced Americano.
I actually just snuck
you
around
guys
the
are crazy.
corner to where I
don't know if you
believe
can
they're
fit 27 Coronas.
going
in
to in the back so I could pick up a couple
You get
coffees
3
from us.
waters
From
and like 6 Coronas.
the cart.
You want 2? What?
They've got a
I don't even see it.
For now.
pretty big
Okay.
thing going on back
Sure.
there.
Could I
A lot of
get
floor
2
space
waters,
being used up to
one,
store all
like,
the drinks they
Perrier,
have.
Like San Pellegrino, whatever you have.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
else do you guys want?
It feels a bit Wizard of Oz for me. I don't know if I want to go behind the curtain and
Three
see.
Coronas.
It's the magic
It's
of
okay,
the
you have to make
waiter
it.
or waitress just
we'll,
appearing with whatever
we'll hook you up.
anybody
Thank you.
ever says.
Cheers.
I don't know. I mean,
And can I order? Can I
I've
do
been there
an
and
ultra
back,
in,
and I have to say it's quite the glorious operation.
Okay.
Worth taking a gander at. But that's just my experience. You might have a difference. A few pretty hands here. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Nice flop for Kevin, by the way. He gets away from it relatively unscathed quite often. This is probably just going to go Zach bet, Malik call, Kevin fold, but we've seen Malik check raise these spots more often than others might.
4.2.
With the stack size that Malik has, it's going to be a little difficult for him to get away from this one.
I was going to say, is Kevin ever tempted there with the King, Queen, King
Yeah.
of Hearts?
That's fair.
Oh no, Malik in trouble.
Yeah, that might be GG for Malik. He only started this hand with 20 big blinds. He knows Zach has a lot of incentive to get after every pot. Force folds.
Yeah. And he can target value.
11 million.
Zach is going to come again with a hand like King Jack, Ace Jack for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think maybe it just goes in here.
I think it would have to. Malik has surprised us before, though.
Come on,
support. No. That's
Wow,
that.
what a day for Zach.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
5 trips.
Damn it.
First,
Come on.
he has 2 pairs.
4 outs once.
Come out.
Or we say goodbye to Malik, who has already announced his demise. Does not believe
The lug box.
that the deck could find a Jack or 10 here. Let's find out.
A second ago, Malik was a turn and river away from getting at least 3rd place money. Now he is in really bad shape and probably going out in 4th. There it is.
And it is indeed Malik,
game, man.
420k to the good.
Hey, man. It was nice playing with you.
Great run and
It
a
was
fantastic
It was
score.
an honor, bro.
Amazing score. He was our
Hope to see you again soon.
loose cannon in some ways, our sort of hardest to predict player.
When he lost a couple of pots, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to
I was
start
suited.
putting them to the test every hand. I mean, that's a
Mine-
very
I mean, I
fair
don't
way to
think
go
mine-
about it.
I don't know
Yeah.
if mine was or not. But
It was still a
when
terrible
I peeled,
hand,
the,
but
when I
like,
peeled the 5 first, I said,
No, you justified it. It's fine.
it was an
Well,
atrocious
probably a
hand, but it was
shove
suited.
once again from Zach here.
Yeah, we're about to see how committed he is to putting max pressure on his opponents based on this hand. This is very similar to the ace-8 offsuit that he had a moment ago.
Yeah, virtually identical spot.
All in.
Don't expect
There
any
we
other
go.
procedure.
And look at this. James has a beautiful hand that has to hit the muck.
Oh, if your game's there, like ace 9, ace 10 does not feel very nice.
No,
Feel actually
Alright.
quite nasty.
I think you have to get out of the way with the hand. I've been surprised in some of these scenarios just how tight you have to be, but it's scary tight.
Yeah, it's extreme.
It's no satellite spot, don't get me wrong, but it's it gets close.
Well, James has a pair now, but it's not a particularly fun pair. Sailboats.
Have to imagine.
He's just going to lamp it for
Oh, wow.
22. Well, he is just hoping
is-
and a praying here.
This is terrifying.
Oh my goodness
You
me.
just
Heart
have
and
to
mouth
close
stuff.
your eyes and hope
Oh
that Zach
my
doesn't say
goodness
call.
me. I don't think Kevin can call here.
This is so painful if you're Kevin. Blinds are going up next hand. You have this beautiful hand that isn't really thrilled to call off an all-in.
No.
You are by far the shortest.
He is giving it a lot of thought here. I think.
Respect to Kevin for thinking about this, because I do think my initial thought was, oh, you have to auto-muck this. I think it's closer than we actually believe it to be, because it's up against the other person that you want to play pots with.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not saying it's a call, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think we need a lot more kit than Jack 10 suited here.
Yeah.
I think it may be just a force of Kevin being a little frustrated on this downward spiral in recent hands and just feeling like he needs to make a stand. That is what he's decided in the end. And Zach actually had a hand that might have called Kevin's shove had James ignored these fours, but as played now, Zach going to have to get out of the way. And we're going to a race. The Jack 10 suit actually ahead mathematically here. And this is a good outcome for Kevin, you got to say. You know, he has found himself in a flip situation. you know, with some extra money in the middle, but
Dead money in the pot. He's up against the player that he wants to be up against by far.
yeah, I want to get my money in first in these spots. Calling off just doesn't feel great, but
Absolutely.
he has decided to draw his line in the sand. Pandemonium on the rail here. Some the rail demanding a club here on the turn for maximum sweat.
Let's go.
That's a really bad one. We've only got a chop possibility here with the 4.
Go.
Oh no, James is celebrating early. I guess, well, he can celebrate that he can't lose. That is it. Kevin is going to bust out here in third.
Amazing run for Kevin.
Yeah, it really was an incredible run. Kevin bossed the penultimate day here at the WPT Prime. He stretched out his lead here in the early going tonight before getting very unlucky, it must be said, in a crucial spot versus that man, James Casement.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's go.
The newest online poker site, Club WPT Gold, is available to try now. And coming soon, Club WPT Gold ambassadors will be hosting meetup games. Brad Owen, Rampage, Xuan Liu, and Wolf Game Poker will all be there. Sign up using any one of their codes, and you'll be able to play alongside them as you check out the newest poker site sweeping the nation. Join us coming soon for Club WPT Gold Meetup Games.
James Casement in high spirits after back-to-back wins there. Can he keep the momentum going? Is there any such thing as momentum in the game of poker? Certainly feels that way sometimes.
Well, if there was ever momentum,
Yeah.
this might be a brick wall.
Yeah, this could be the momentum killer here. Zak very cutely limping in to trap his man. Here we go. 74% of the time this tournament is over. Zak in pole position to deliver the killer blow. Nothing James could do there. King Jack, a lot of kit here, heads up.
Yeah, 17 big blinds deep. King Jack is a hand that wants to be putting the chips in one way or the other. King for each. Kicker playing, of course. James funking for a jack right now. One card away from a momentous victory.
I'm hesitant.
And there it is.
What a fairy tale final two for Zak.
We have a champion here in the win. The WPT Prime Championship producing epic scenes right now.
Could you script it any smoother or more perfectly than that?